did the thing.
I'm going off the rails on a crazy train.
Gaming edition.
Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of Off the Rails podcast. I'm your host, Kenny, and I'm joined by my good friend.
Hey, everyone. I am not muted. Good. I was just double checking that. I am Tony. I'm the guy in the chair pushing all the buttons. And I am joined with...
Hey guys, I'm Ian. I'm the one pushing the buttons you can't see being pushed. And yeah, it's just the three of us tonight.
Just the three of us. We can make it if we try. Just the three of us. Y'all and I.
Well done. Well done. Actually, that's well done.
All right. Well, coinciding us, we're actually going to do a quick little shout out to Dave the Hipster. He's doing a stream right now on Twitch that's all about Rocket League.
Yeah.
He's a good friend of ours. Oh, I forgot that you, the last thing you did was you were twitching in front of the police.
So...
Or twerking in front of the police. It was so funny because the last time we left the stream, we didn't turn the game off. And so we did a bunch of stuff without actually playing the game. And the character just sat there twerking on the ledge to the police lights for 30 minutes. A solid 30 minutes, his character's just twerking on the ledge to the police. Young man, come down, now. All right, I'm gonna send a message out there.
Trying to hit as many people as I can right now. Like, share, subscribe. Or don't. That's okay too. I don't. No, I really do care. Please do it.
All right, he's got an AI that says everything in his chat, so I'm curious to hear what it has to say.
I know he keeps talking to us about. Did you unmute your mic?
He did.
I just haven't been speaking.
Okay. Well, the only reason why I asked was you were speaking, and I never saw you reach down and unmute your mic.
I muted it when Kenny was singing.
Yeah. Anyways, no, he keeps talking about letting us use that AI so our chat actually speaks to us.
I'll pull it up after the match, probably.
That'd be really awesome of him.
What's that?
That would be really awesome of him.
Yeah.
David said that he might come in and join us after this match.
Sweet.
You want to talk about Badlands, Kenny? Bullshit.
I'm gonna be in the. I think they can hear. I think they can hear you.
Yeah, just multi-layered streams right there. You got to hear the stream within the stream.
Now all we need is for him to open up our stream on his stream, and then you can hear the stream within the stream within the stream, the stream in the stream.
The stream in the stream, yes.
I think that'd be getting the streams crossed, and if Ghostbusters does anything, that's not usually a good idea.
Unless we're trying to defeat a god.
Which I don't think the stakes are that serious tonight.
But aren't they?
No, I wouldn't say so.
Okay. No.
What's happening right now? Which one of you fools wants to order the skeezers?
This fool.
All right, just because I have a hateful relationship with the Dirtish.
Okay. With the Dirtish?
Yes.
You have a hateful relationship with Dirtish. I actually have a bit of a feud going on with the Skeezers.
Oh, well, I mean that one time.
He has a petty feud still going.
All right. Well, if they tell me they can't make a cheese pizza.
That's what I'm saying. The dude literally looked at me and was like, "Sorry, we don't have what's necessary for you to have a cheese pizza. We got the ingredients. Somebody came in and ordered 19 cheese pizzas before you. You don't have bread,
And cheese.
and sauce.
And sauce.
I know you do because I can see it."
Man.
Who's in the chat? David.
David's in the chat.
He says, I'll listen after my tourney is over. We look forward to it, man. Booski.
So, pepperoni, bacon, black olive, good with you guys?
As long as it's not a cheese pizza.
Say those options again.
Pepperoni, extra cheese, bacon, black olives.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Do we want something to drink?
They don't serve beer.
Oh my
Yes, alcoholic, you know this.
dude! After last Friday, I about became an alcoholic.
That was rough.
Like I felt like I was in court for like any father ever.
You got so just like it all came down on you.
Oh, dadgummit.
That's. I gotta be honest. That's part of the reason why I was so upset was actually because of like I felt bad for you.
Dude, that's like the most active AO I've ever seen in a campaign. Like AO is usually like, nah. Like, and now he's got like you.
Pepsi, Diet Pepsi, or Mountain Dew?
Do.
They don't have root beer? Bummer, dude. I'll pass on the drinks.
Anyways, you were saying most active you've seen.
Yeah, AO as an overgod is like typically like really, really absent from a lot of things, and he hardly does anything. And when he does, it's specifically with other gods and not mortals. Like there is a cult of people that follow him, but they don't get anything from him. Like there are people that claim to be his clerics, but they don't actually get powers from him. So they're like powerless clerics.
Yeah.
They're clerics by name only.
Yeah.
Because he has no relationship with anyone. Like you having a relationship with AO is like weird. And another thing is, and this is something that kind of like is bizarre in like rules as written D&D. AO is only technically AO over his crystal shell, not like the vast multiverse of crystal shells. AO is only responsible for realm space. Like he is the overgod of realm space. Everything that happens within that crystal shell, he has a power and authority over.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing where AO and gods have like a little bit of a tug of war, is that gods are getting their power from worshippers, right? So as far as D&D is concerned, and so the more worshippers, the more powerful that god. You have you got your demigods, lesser gods, intermediate gods, and greater gods, and there's a vast difference between every single section. Demigods are actually allowed to roam the prime material plane, which is where mortals and everyone, that's the earth basically. That's the prime material plane.
What is corporeal, basically.
So demigods can actually roam freely the realm space, the prime material plane. Every tier after that, realm, lesser, intermediate, and greater god, can't actually exist due to AO's own proclamations. They can't exist in the prime material plane. They can influence it, but they can't directly exist in there. They can have avatars that will wander around from time to time, but they can't directly influence or exist on the prime material plane. You have to be a demigod or less. Now, if anyone can ascend to a demigod status, it's because they had enough worshippers while they were mortal. Now, to go from demigod to a full god, you have to have like a clergy of people that believe in you. And gods can die if all their worshippers vanish. But here's where it gets into like a little bit of a screwball scenario between AO, who's in charge of realm space, and other gods that have like a portfolio that say that I'm in charge of this or that, like I'm in charge of death, or I'm in charge of summertime, misty breezes. Is that, like, for example, I'll give you like Tiamat. Tiamat has followers and other crystal shells, different realities, but she has followers there. So if all of her followers died and she gets wiped out entirely, or if AO's just like, I'm done with you, boom, smites Tiamat. She doesn't truly die because she still has followers in an entirely different crystal shell that he has no oversight on. So that means nothing. Now, if one of her followers goes spelljamming and jumps ship from that crystal shell and comes back into realm space, guess who comes back into realm space? Tiamat. Because of a worshipper is there now. So that's how the relationship is meant to be. as you've seen, it's wildly different now in this new world that RDM has created. And I do think in my own headcanon now, I love it that like the god of balance, AO, has got like his shrine is a bank. He's balancing the sheets. I find that hilarious.
Everything that he lives in is like OCD. It's in the perfect balance. Like that time when I summoned him and he was in a bubble bath with exactly 6 candles on each side.
The god of balance. He's got a freaking bounty on a mortal. What? He's so up there. Like, that is such a beneath him thing. It's so wild that that's what's going on right now. Is my character has a bounty from the overgod. So, yeah, he doesn't typically within the lore ever really meddle in anything that revolves around mortals. He's typically just there to like keep the gods in check.
Yeah.
And he will make them do whatever he wants. Like in, I think 4th edition was the collapse of the godhood, and the gods had to actually wander the prime material plane regardless of what status of god you were, because the gods were taking advantage of mortals and just using them to gain their own power and not actually being gods that cared about their followers. So he's like, all right, now all of you, you're down there with your mortals. Let's see how much of them actually like you now that they get to meet you. So like all of 4th edition was like gods lost all of their ability to separate themselves from the mortals, and they're like, yeah, we walk among you now.
They're like, wow, I thought you'd be taller.
And 5th edition, he's put them back up into their god status. Man, that is such a complex structure that you're trying to get at. Oh, David's apparently having a hard time here.
I told him.
He's having a rough day. Oh no.
Why? What's going on?
It's 1 to 6. He's not doing so hot right now.
This is what I told him. I said, listen, if you just do 3 push-ups every time you lose, every time you miss a shot.
I'll let him know that you said that.
Trying to remember how to do this.
How to do your double jump?
Well, no. So I have a little. See that thingy pulling out?
Yeah.
It's like a little spike that I can throw into the wall right there. And like I was like anchor myself in the wall, but like
Have you tried like pulling the trigger? Yep, I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that, right there. How'd you do that?
I think I hit square. So
I think I hit square. How'd you get button mashing?
pretty much.
Muffin button?
Get Brazil. Absolutely not. Hell yeah.
Come on. Alright, all
Okay.
you need to do
We
okay,
choked a
is
few.
swim up the water.
We got this.
Yeah, I'm not a salmon. Can't do that.
Or Yujiro Hanma from Baki. He actually swam up a waterfall.
All I'm saying is Steve can do it in Minecraft, so.
Well, I'm not Steve.
That guy can stand still in a waterfall too. Not only can he swim up a waterfall, he could just float in the waterfall. I don't know if that's actually hard or not. I make that sound like it's a harder feat, but I'm not entirely sure if that's true.
Tony says that if you just did 3 push-ups every time you missed, you wouldn't be in this situation.
No, okay, so see, if I did 3 push-ups every time I missed, I'd just be really strong. I won't be better.
Trolling David in his stream on our stream is just the best.
Right.
Ian, what have you been up to lately?
Just a lot of work. Did a bunch of Christmas shopping. I actually did a lot of Christmas shopping.
What a nerd. You did Christmas shopping for people that you care about.
I mean, I did Christmas shopping for people.
Oh, sorry, I forget that you and other people don't care about their wives and all that.
So actually, she is the one person I haven't actually fully shopped for yet, and she's actually the one I do care about too. So there's that.
Oh man.
No, and also I haven't shopped for my niece and nephew, and I do care about them. So
Get right or get
Right, so
strong.
he shops for people he doesn't care about.
Right?
because I
He
did
doesn't
I
shop
did.
for people that
Doesn't
he
mean-
does care about. So if you wind up getting a present from Ian at some point in time, you know how he feels about you.
No, but I got my mom a dad gift this year.
Dude, he's getting trounced. This poor guy.
What'd you get your mom?
So me and Laura found a coffee mug on a TikTok shop that says, "Congratulations, Mom, you're going to become a grandma." And then under it in very small letters, eventually someday.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh. Oh. That's rough.
that's please video it.
That's rough, dude.
So, gonna give that to her Christmas Day when she drives down here just to mess with her.
That you know what that reminds me of? Gavin's adoption.
Why? What'd you do?
We put on Facebook. And we said we are happy to announce that we are yet adding another Williams to our family, and everyone automatically assumed that Christina was pregnant again.
What a nerd. Wasn't she pregnant a little bit later, anyways?
No.
Oh, I thought she was pregnant with Jameson
No,
after that.
No, that was before.
You adopted Gavin? Oh.
Yes. Technically, legally, Gavin was my last child.
And then you got fixed.
I got fixed after Jameson. That was also before the adoption.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
I couldn't afford both at the same
And
time.
the demo. Right.
Are you winning, Ian?
I'm trying, Kenny.
Just need to lock it. No more huge blinds. Oh my gosh.
Oh. Okay, I get it.
Did we both?
It's one of the same side, dude.
You gotta block the stream
No.
to like create a dam.
What happened there?
No.
Oh my gosh.
Oh. These guys that he's going against are good. This is rough business.
Nice.
Goodness. I knew he was gonna hit it. I knew it. Out the corner.
Daggum, we were really quiet on the stream there for a second.
Yeah,
Huh. Uh-oh.
we all of us wound up getting distracted.
Is very intent watching David try and win back this game. Forgotten Country. Score, David. Ah, he almost scored. He almost scored. He almost scored.
Maybe I got
Please.
what? I hit him. I swear I hit him.
Oh, that was cool.
Oh, daggum it.
Okay. Can't be as angry about that one.
So,
Shoot, dude.
Kenny,
Ian.
question.
Yeah, can I?
Why are we
Can we talk about how in the new movie there's a dude named Beef Stew? I feel like I've been robbed.
What movie are you talking about?
Red one. And not only that, he's a streamer. The very beginning of the movie. That streamer at the very beginning of the movie.
I didn't know how else to hit it.
I don't
Just wanna
remember.
make sure it didn't go in.
He's trying to get a plug-in with Santa while he's at the mall.
Oh yeah.
And then the name of his podcast is like Beefing with the Stew. Beefing with the Stew. I was like, man, I'm so mad. They had a pretty good thing going there.
No, get on the ground.
So why are we watching another person's stream?
Oh, yeah.
on our stream?
Sorry, it's
To support David.
yeah. He supports us a lot.
He supports us an incredible amount.
Like, I am currently not watching his stream.
This is a really nice story, man.
I got dumbfounded by something else that I cannot mention.
Super speed or super strength?
Super strength. Okay, well here's the question: does the super strength come with enhanced durability as well? Because without enhanced durability, super
Does
strength is
super
kind of
speed
Speed come with enhanced durability.
Yeah.
But either one of those, you're gonna need enhanced durability because. And what kind of super speed are we talking about? Okay, are we talking like super speed, as in Superman or Quicksilver? Or are we talking super speed, as in the Flash?
Or
Because,
Sonic.
quite frankly, there's like some major, like scientific
Ramifications.
to those two different types of super speed. So, please clarify.
Yeah. Also, what kind of? I'm not the one who posed the question. He's the one who said super strength.
Please clarify.
Also, what kind of strength? How strong? Are we
How
talking
strong? Okay. Okay. I'll say this. I'll ask this question. I'll say like the aspect of this character from fantasy versus the aspect of this character from fantasy.
Okay.
To say like the strength of Hulk versus the speed of Flash.
Hulk.
Tony.
If they let that one go,
Oh, that
yeah.
one's hard.
I don't think so.
I actually think I'm gonna give that one to the
I
Flash.
think they're trying to put us away too.
Yeah, I'm gonna give that one to the Flash because the utility far exceeds that of strength.
Yeah.
You can do so much more with super speed than you can with his unyielding strength. Do I like the Hulk? I absolutely like the Hulk. And I really enjoy his character in his comics, probably more than the Flash. But I would rather have Flash's powers than to just be pissed off all the time and angry.
A
Well,
lot more.
You said his strength. You didn't say his anger issues related to his strength. You just said his strength. So I mean,
I said the aspect of this character, did I not?
you
Which-
didn't know his anger is part of the aspect you were listing. You just said his strength.
Right, but here's the thing that he's referring to. The aspect of the character as it pertains to the power of the individual directly correlates to how that power is maintained. The
Yeah.
angrier the Hulk gets, the stronger he gets, which means that his strength is therefore matched by how angry he is.
Sneak attack.
Wow, that looked like that would have hurt so bad.
Sleep now.
Shoulder.
Is that the first time you did that?
That's the first time I've seen it.
Oh, well, I wonder what you got the achievement for. It was like your 100th takedown.
Oh.
Is your wife joining you now?
Yeah.
Oh, that's new. Oh, man, I'm out of the loop.
Yeah.
So she just decided, okay, screw it. We're doing this now.
She saved my life. All this happened while you were sitting right there. You weren't watching.
Oh, I think I know.
No, so like one could argue that the I love that Superman punch. One could argue that the Hulk.
He's a very tragic character.
Well, he could have potentially super speed too, because with how strong your legs are.
Oh, he can physically move fast.
Right.
So fast.
So being able to run as fast as the Flash without setting off nuclear explosions everywhere, without exploding the air behind you.
No, I think it's the air in front of you. Because you're super compressing the air molecules in front of you,
Yeah, technically-
and that's what's exploding.
Technically, you're right. It is in front of you, but like you're not seeing the ramifications until after everything's already passed. The Speed Force allows for that kind of slipstream through the particles or around them.
I think a good demonstration, this is probably not what they intended or what they meant by the illustration of it. But when Omni-Man goes to that alien planet
Exactly what I was
and he's zip zapping around, that's the kind of speed that he's capable of. Or that's what we're referring to. That's what we want to illustrate is that example. Is he's going so fast that he's causing explosions because he's super compressing molecules so much, so fast. He's basically doing nuclear fusion with his own speed.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like the way my mindset works, I feel like I can get more use out of super strength and super speed.
You probably would.
It just depends on what you consider your fun, maybe. But I find there's probably a lot more utility to what the Flash does than, because honestly, and this is true, Hulk is a very tragic character. He is. He's a hyper tragic character, in fact. And there's so much to his character that's involved with tragedy that it's core to the foundation of him being a person. And that's not to say that Flash isn't a tragic character either. But what makes Flash tragic is not just Flash's existence. A lot of it comes from like Thawne. Thawne makes his life a living hell. But Hulk inherently is a very tragic person. All right, I'll be right back.
You wind up hating someone so much for just doing a good thing that you go back in time to actively bully them in the worst possible ways.
Does it become a living paradox?
Yeah.
She's gone.
Hey, hey,
She's
hey.
gone.
Thank you, whoever this was.
Jesse's gone.
But I'm sitting right here.
I didn't even have to pay for it.
That's normally how Santa Claus works.
You didn't say this. That's not. You didn't say that's normally how I work. You just said Santa Claus. And if you're referring to yourself as Santa Claus, then that was very third person of you.
Well, I mean, Santa Claus does what Santa Claus does. Also, when Batman
It's not doing so
talks
hot,
about
guys.
himself, he doesn't talk about himself as Bruce Wayne. He
Yes.
talks about himself as Batman.
Oh, so that's what we're doing right now. You're psychotic. We can all admit that Batman's psychotic.
Great pass.
Oh, the audience isn't hearing my end of this conversation.
I don't know if they are, if they aren't, but I would argue against that. I don't think that Batman is psychotic.
Neither do I.
He has emotions.
He had what?
He has emotions. Psychopathy is a lack of is like an extreme lack of emotion.
I will concede that Batman is horribly mentally ill, but he is not psychotic.
Yeah, no, he suffers from like all the PTSD.
No.
Yeah. But when he is not psychotic, he is not psychotic. He also is not a sociopath. He does not suffer from psychopathy. From
Okay,
sociopathy.
next question.
All right, I've got the answers.
Okay.
I've been on a roll all day. I've got all the answers. Maybe not all of them, but I got a lot of them.
All right. I thought of one, and then I didn't find a good adjacent character. Let's see here. What do we want to do? Do we want to? Oh, come on! Who's a good guy to put alongside this? Here's your pizza, first of all.
Ah,
Oh
pizza.
no.
It is
I'm
greasy,
sorry.
so heads up
Thank
with
you,
your
sir.
fingers.
Love the greasy pizza.
And you, my good sir.
Thank you, sir.
Actually, I'll go get you guys some paper towels.
Appreciate it, Kenny.
Oh, thank you. So while the audience is listening in, Kenny is trying to pose some of these kind of like character. His mic is picking up all of David's stream. I'm watching it. Okay.
Who represents this power well that you guys know?
What power? Because I can't answer that until I know what
It kind of ruins it if I let you stew on it before the question. Who does this Power well. Come on, it's not that hard of a power, and I can't think of a single character that does it. Mm, Will you rather have this guy? Wow, I'm struggling hard. This isn't that. It's a well-known power, and I can't think of a single fantasy character that uses this. It's who does this? There's got to be somebody.
I'm sure there's a lot of people.
It's wow, like really. I can't think of a single person with this power. That is so bizarre.
Telepathy.
Think of a different power.
It was. Who has telekinesis? You hit it right on the head, actually.
Jean Grey. The Phoenix.
Okay. But there's a lot that comes with Jean Grey. That's why I don't want to pick her now that you say that. But yeah, that's someone that has telekinesis. But there's a lot of baggage that comes with that character in terms of using her. Who's a really strong telekinetic? Can you think of anyone?
In the DC universe?
Anything. Just
Anything?
any fantasy that you can think of. Who's really strong telekinetic? Do you guys know who Vector is? It is an anime that David and I watched. I don't think you guys know who Vector is.
Telekinesis is not a very sexy power, so it's like really hard to.
Okay, I'll say this. Would you rather have the...
the Chronicle.
That's the name of that movie.
Yeah.
So would you rather have the power of that young guy, that one that got twisted in the end? Would you rather have the power of that young man from the Chronicle, or the density shifting and self-transformation powers of Martian Manhunter?
Martian Manhunter?
Yeah.
No, I'm answering your question.
So Martian Manhunter is green alien from Mars in DC.
Yes.
What say you, Ian?
He's also a telepath. But yeah.
So do I get all of Martian Manhunter's powers or just the density shifting?
Density shifting and his ability to transform his body.
Shape-shifting, density shifting. Basically his own molecule manipulation.
I'd probably take Chronicle, honestly.
I'd probably still take Chronicle too.
You guys would?
Yeah.
I think I would find a lot more utility in both the density shifting and shape-shifting ability than I would in...
I would have so much more fun with telekinesis.
Same.
It would require... So this is the reason why. This is kind of like a personal dig at myself. It would require so much finesse and delicate learning to be able to utilize the Chronicle power that I know I would just get upset and just explode cars. I would be the worst person to ever give that ability to.
Kenny, am I not following you on
But hey, with the Martian Manhunter, I could be like, hey, look at that. Now I'm average height, 5'11".
Well, that's why he wants it. He wants to be tall.
I thought the average height was 5'8".
I want to be. It is. It's more like 5'11". I want to be able to fit into my pants again. Okay, I would never have to work out to look sexy ever.
I can look however I want. Oh, you got Thunderbread.
It'd be nice to be able to eat everything I want and still be able to see my toes at the end of the day.
Pass that around. Well, Ian, you think of one. What, two characters? Rather this guy's powers or this guy's powers?
Shazam's ability to, shout a word and become a being like Shazam. Or a Green Lantern ring.
I would like either one. I would not be disappointed in either one. Let's be clear. I would have a blast with either one, but I'm gonna go with Shazam.
Dave the hipster says, "Hello, fellow streamers."
I would 100%. Oh, he's streaming our stream.
He's streaming our stream.
Yeah, he's streaming our.
I love it.
How do you do, fellow kid?
I would love to have Shazam's power because there's so much that comes with that would actually change me as a person. And with Green Lantern's ring, you could do a lot, and it's really a whole lot of creativity-based power works at your disposal. But there's a lot more of like a sense of relief and security in Shazam's power that I can just put on this invincible snuggie of the word Shazam, and I'm all of a sudden like not worrying about 80% of anything. Whereas with the ring, I have to concentrate on my like outer layer skin of armor. I have to think about what I'm doing. I have to be creative with it. I have to get the job done. I'm an active participant in what I'm doing to win the day. But with like Shazam, I could just be like, I win, dude.
That's
As soon as I say Shazam, I win.
I'm actually with Kenny on this one with the Shazam powers because it's a simple voice activation, and then I have everything right there. No concentration required. And for someone like me, like, I swear, the Green Lantern ring better never find its way to anyone with ADHD. Because that's the shortest stint ever. Because that person, an ADHD person, can either multitask to, like, godless, or to, like, god tier limits, right? And be able to focus on literally anything. But then, like, fly by a star and just be like, oh, look, a star there. And then they die from the vacuum of space.
They forget about their outer layer or their sphere of oxygen they brought with them.
Yeah. Like, they'd be in the middle of a battle, and then, yeah, with their constructs and firing things and have a giant scythe, and then someone goes, Green Lantern, and he'll go, what? And then everything just goes, oh, no, squash, dead.
Now, Ian, I would like to pose this to you. Just like, how cool would this be, in your opinion? Someone's got a Green Lantern ring, but they also possess the ability of Shazam. But to transform into their Lantern form and their Shazam form, they have to fist bump with the ring the lightning bolt that comes down when they yell Shazam.
That sounds like it'd be really cool, but also really overcomplicated and irritating, especially if, like, they're having an off day and they just mistime it and just like catch a lightning bolt in the face instead of fist bumping it.
They just turn into Shazam at that point.
And then their ring busts because they grow. As Shazam just, oh.
It adjusts. The ring adjusts to the wearer.
I think it's an
Where did
interesting
that- oh.
concept, but
Do you want some? You want some sauce?
I will take another slice, though.
Yeah, I'll take it. Well, I need your plate there,
Yeah, I'm working on it.
jabroni.
Thank you.
so speaking of
Welcome.
transforming into things, me and Tony came up with something.
Oh, yeah.
Tony, you wanna give him the baseline?
All right.
Oh, oh dear.
So, I'm sure that you've heard this premise before, okay? D&D Power Rangers.
I could have swore we were doing the Frontier as our next gimmick.
Here's how.
You want to find a place to put that down so you can pull out the document. We actually have a document. We spent literal hours talking about this one night.
So we had an idea. Gather a group of extraordinary individuals to fight the battles that no one gets on famous. I'll stop Nick Fury maxing and actually tell you what this is. So the idea.
Be very careful.
Don't do it.
I'm not. I'm just hovering.
I got it.
Okay, you know how many other times you said that before and then not had it?
Like when you were trying to pour all that alcohol.
Okay, first off, don't attack me with the truth. Second off, I am Fat Man. This is food. It's not dropping. So we came up with 6 Rangers, and what their default class is, what their weapon is, and what each one of them gets as like a Ranger power. So each one of those things, we think that a belt of morphing that allows you to morph into a Ranger.
So instead of like the morphing gadget or whatnot,
it's a belt.
it's a belt.
So the Red Ranger is the Red Dragon Ranger, who is a champion fighter.
Hold on. I know you're excited, and I really do want to hear you, but I'm sensing this joke, especially with whatever Tony's going to represent, that it's like the morphing suspenders.
No.
He's like the auxiliary ranger. He's purple. He's got the morphing suspenders because he's like the old, fat, retired guy. And he's got to come out and like help the young whippersnappers.
No, that wasn't at all the idea.
But like the transform, he's got to like pull it out and like that's how he transforms. It's like snap his suspenders.
No.
Transform, snap. Do 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 do.
No.
Go Power Rangers. Like this tubby ranger. You've never seen a tubby ranger before. I kind of want to see a tubby ranger now. I kind of want to see it.
That wasn't the idea, no.
Oh, but I'm not wrong. That's freaking dope.
That is a funny idea, yes.
He goes from the chair guy to the auxiliary ranger. They've literally done that, where the chair guy is the auxiliary ranger.
Yeah, the Green Samurai.
The auxiliary ranger. There's more than one season, I swear, that's had the chair guy be the auxiliary ranger.
There is, but the first one that comes to my mind is Sam from the Ninja Storm.
He was the son of the master, Sensei,
Yeah,
who was turned into a gerbil,
guinea pig.
which is hilarious, by the way.
Anyways. We got the Red Dragon Ranger, whose normal class is a champion fighter with a flame tongue longsword. And he has inherent fire damage resistance.
Okay.
We have the blue Primal Bear Ranger.
Primal what?
Primal Bear. It's a D&D monster. It's a giant bear.
Primal bear, huh?
Yeah. He is a bear totem barbarian.
Of course he is.
He is weapon choice.
Before he's a ranger, he's a bear-toting barbarian.
It's actually funny how he kind of becomes a ranger. We'll get into that later.
Yeah.
He has the gauntlets of enlarge. He can, within like 3 times before a long rest, he can use these gauntlets and enlarge himself. And he's unlike the other rangers who all have like a weapon, and then they also gain the ability to fight with their bare hands when they morph. He's the only one who pre-morph is also a skilled hand-to-hand fighter.
Okay.
He has also natural resistance to ice damage.
Okay.
The Green Direwolf Ranger, which is what Tony wants to be.
You know, that resistance that he has isn't going to mean a whole lot when he's the bear totem barbarian, where you have resistance to everything but psychic damage.
Well, it's like an extra resistance on top of it.
Don't stack. But I'll hear you anyways.
Go on.
We could workshop that one. Anyways, so the Green Direwolf Ranger is a Gloomstalker Ranger who has a infinite ammo bow.
Infinite ammo bow.
Yes.
Dope.
And he has enhanced leap. He can just jump places better than anyone. The Yellow Thunderbird Ranger is a sorceress, we think. Yellow was kind of one that was hard for us to nail down.
I think we rested on sorceress.
But that one could change.
Yeah.
She's got, you know those Aztec machetes where it's the wood with the different chunks of obsidian jutting out of it?
Okay.
She's got one of those. And she has this really cool thing where it's a lightning strike teleportation where lightning will strike her, and it will strike somewhere else, so she teleports between those 2 points.
I got that grandpa walk. I'm gonna get you, young whippersnappers. Don't you know this? I'm the auxiliary ranger. I'm purple.
Fun fact, that's actually the one I want to be the bad guy.
It has been a bad guy before.
All right, go on.
We got the Pink Ranger, the Pink Siren Ranger, who is a bard.
Crazy.
She has a microphone trident.
Microphone trident.
So her trident has a crystal in the middle tine, and when she sings through it, it kind of acts like a black canary screech.
I'm gonna get you, young whippersnappers.
And she has unimpeded water movement.
Unimpeded water
Like she
movement.
could sprint through hip-deep water with no issue.
I'll tell you what I can do, sprinting through that deep water like that. I don't care about what you have to say.
You have the Black Spider Ranger, who is an assassin rogue with a pair of poison daggers, and he can kind of Spider-Man on walls.
I ain't any kind of water that's processed to this day. I'll show you what poison is.
And then lastly, we have the White Aesmar Ranger. He's an Oath of Watchers paladin. He uses a warhammer, and when he morphs, his Power Ranger suit has wings, so he can fly.
Ismar. So everyone else gets like an animal, and he's a race.
He's one of the. He's one of the original. So he is a kind of an angel.
So
Also, the yellow guy could be a cleric. I can see that being yellow. Holy light.
well, it actually kind of works because the Yellow Ranger is at least
That's right. Hot coals. Hot coals. Don't touch the ground.
Kind of like an Aztec style warrior. Like she has like the.
I tell you what.
Thunderbird,
I tell you what. I'm gonna.
warrior headdress like those Aztec eagle warriors kind of look.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. This is how I walk when I have the shakes.
And she's from Ethno State. I figured out what that word was.
Ethno state.
Yeah. We were trying to figure out what the tactual term is.
Oh, my
That's
goodness.
Like their
Oh, yeah.
civilization is isolationist.
I swear to Buddha, if I get up the stairs and someone's in that bathroom, I'm gonna crap my pants. Crap.
Having way too much.
Does he not look goofy?
Giving Nathan Drake a back problem.
Oh man, my pelvis. I just haven't been the same after the war. Where's that thing at? I can't find it. Where did it go again? Oh, shoot.
Anyway, so each of the Rangers acquires the belts a bit differently. The Red Dragon Ranger actually beat the original Red Dragon Ranger in one-on-one combat. And
Champion
showed honor
fighter.
not killing the Red Dragon, and so the belt was gifted to him because he showed he was a man of honor.
Yeah, that's right. I can slow dance with the best of them.
You're killing me here, man. I'm trying to tell you something.
I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you. I'll stop you when I have something to say.
So the Green Dire Wolf
Yeah,
Ranger.
yeah. You put your left foot in, you take your right foot out. Old man over here playing the hokey pokey. Dude, that's a fat slice. Holy crap.
Oh, that might actually end me for the night with this.
I need you to be very careful of that marinara sauce.
I got you, bro.
That dipping sauce or whatever it is.
Anyways, the Green Ranger, who was a ranger before he became a Green Ranger, the Ranger,
Yeah, the Ranger.
he basically sacrificed himself to protect his forest he was ranging in from like poachers and deforestation and that. And
Pictures. Are you done?
I was gonna get some more in a minute.
Okay.
I was reading this. And so the original Green Ranger, the Dire Wolf, kind of saved his life by giving his life essence to the Green Ranger, to the Ranger, and the morphing belt was the Dire Wolf's collar. The Yellow Thunderbird It's kind of like the Black Panther mantle, where each one of the like a member of their people is nominated, like the best warrior, to be the Yellow Ranger, and so it's kind of passed down from person to person. So the Yellow Ranger is just the next one in line. The Pink Ranger found the siren like hurt and dying, and she brought her back to her people, and as a reward for, being kind, she was given the pink belt.
Oh, do I have to
thought
do
we
this quickly?
incorporated something about her singing into that story.
Something about that, yeah. Like the Pink Ranger might have also like sang to her because bard, professional singer, to like help ease or soothe her pain as well. And it's like for that generosity as well, she was given. I feel like you're making that much harder than it needs to be because you're not coming out straight on.
This is where you parked it, dude.
But I was looking around. I didn't know what I needed to do yet
Also, this thing doesn't want to go very fast, and
because you have it hooked on.
you're the one that had it hooked on.
I was figuring it out.
Also, as soon as I stop, it just goes back in.
Anyways, the Black Ranger. I forget the Black Ranger. Wasn't he like part of the Thieves Guild and he refused to murder somebody? So
Yeah.
Eh.
Because
Oh.
were
Well, that didn't do it. He didn't. He used the winch to pull down the balcony.
murdering a bunch
What?
of
Balcony?
children. He's like, yeah, I'm not about that.
So.
Oh, I can do that.
That's the belts. He just did.
I can't. I really can't go over there.
Shoot, I can't remember either. I thought he stole it.
He might have. He might have stolen the black belt because rogue.
Mm-hmm.
The White Ranger is the only one who's still like. Who will be like. A
How do I recall your winch? Yeah, punch it. Yeah. It doesn't seem to want to give me any to get rid of this. I can't retract your winch. From whence it came. Ah, dead jokes. Yeah, I can't seem to. Just reloaded the gun.
I mean, that's useful too.
How do I put the gun away?
Have you tried threatening it?
I need to put the winch on that one over there. How do I recall your winch?
Usually there's an icon when you walk up to it, and it.
I think you guys broke it. Kenny, you acted like you were an old man so much that you actually gave Nathan Drake dementia.
I can't take the thingy off. I don't get it.
Anyways, back to this. So, the White Ace Ranger was an Oath Watcher Paladin who, after they initially, long ago defeated their big bad, he kind of stepped away from everything and let everything go to hell
Okay.
because he was, an Oath of Watchers Paladin.
Yeah.
Lastly, the Blue Ranger. The original Blue Ranger was a primal bear who kind of went insane due to some trauma, we should say.
Some tragic mishaps.
And he kind of became like a psychotic mass murdering demon bear. And the Bear Totem Barbarian who becomes the Blue Ranger was hired by a village of people.
How do I interact?
You don't. You need to bring the winch over there, and then
How do I bring the winch over there?
I need to get hands on and figure it out myself. I can't give you instructions, especially when I'm trying to focus on this. And so the Blue Ranger ends up defeating the bear and killing him, and the bear, in his kind of like last moments of life, kind of returns to some semblance of sanity. Realizes what he did and gives the bear totem barbarian the belt to
The barbarian.
yes, the barbarian
Yeah. Blow to, you said it. He
Yeah.
goes,
gives the belt to the barbarian so that way the barbarian could kind of redeem the blue belt. That's not going to work.
Yeah.
Okay, you get to tell him the rest. I'm going to fix this because I can't. Give.
Well, it's not letting me unwinch it.
all right, so the belt mechanics, okay? This is how the belts are the morphing component, all right? They work as and can be activated as a bonus action in combat. Automatically grants 5 levels of Way of the Open Hand Monk. Clads each user in unique suit of armor or unique suit that is not classified as armor but gives a +5 to AC. Everyone also has gloves of soul catching equipped when it is activated, and each person has a unique helm equipped with a psionic resistance and allows for telepathic communication between the other activated rangers. What do you think, Kenny?
I think that's busted.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I mean, just people that can just at will summon gloves of soul catching is already busted enough. Everything else is just icing on the cake.
Mm-hmm.
We could tweak it to make it more doable. We just thought it was a way to make sure that it was viable to switch into being a ranger.
Hook a brother up with a crazy bread.
Ready?
You figure out a way to like disable that winch yet?
Working on it.
Have you thought about working faster?
Have you thought about driving through the wall?
Have you thought about disconnecting the winch?
Have you thought about not connecting it there in the first place?
Wife, super helpful as always.
Yeah, you are just stuck. If only you could cut down that tree.
Nope.
I think you're just going to have to reload to last checkpoint.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
No, it's okay.
Why wouldn't the game just let you disconnect the winch?
It probably glitched inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Right here. I'll save you the last one for that.
how things
buddy.
do.
That is frustrating to see that happen.
Kenny,
Yeah, bud.
I am finished.
You are the finished.
I am the finished.
You are the weak sauce.
Hey, I could kill the rest of that pizza, but I'm not going to. I'm trying to be a nice guy.
Save me the
no
last
huevos.
slice, please.
See? He needs the last piece. I'm being a nice guy.
Well, Tony, why don't you think of two people that we need to choose between?
Okay.
Oh yes, a pot. Thank you, Drake. Putting in that good work.
And you didn't even put it back in a fridge.
Yeah, I did. It's in the fridge.
In the big one?
Yeah, the big one. Yep.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be bad. That fridge is broken. Yeah. Because it doesn't fridge. No, it's warm inside of it. I mean, also true because it doesn't fridge.
Intensive moisturizing lotion with hydrogen and 3 essential ceramides helps restore my natural barrier and relieves my dryness for up to 72 hours.
I'm trying to think of some people.
Another reason to be a good driver is saving money.
Yeah, to drive safe and save them can help make your car insurance more affordable.
Yes, Toby.
What's insurance? Bundle and save with a personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Homes.com is a new, elevated home shopping experience. It's the only site that always connects you to the listing agent. Feels like a work of art. What about the app? Uh-oh!
Quick, help me out with some powers.
Get a big old stein of water.
What about having the stretch, the elastic ability of Plastic Man or
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Mr. Fantastic?
Plastic Man.
Yeah.
Okay, good. We're all
Elastic
in
Man.
agreement on that one. Because while stretchy Mr. Fantastic is, Plastic Man like reshapes all of the molecules of his body. That dude straight up
Becomes a car.
That-
Mr. Fantastic's not doing that.
that dude is straight up is one of Batman's contingency plans.
I will take Reed Richards' intelligence though, because he is the smartest character in Marvel.
Absolutely right on that one.
So, take that.
Take that.
I said I'll take that.
Oh, I thought you said take that as in like,
So yeah,
ah.
take that. You dumb idiot, Plastic Man.
I was like, I don't understand how that's a gotcha.
You cave Plastic Man. I guess it's back to my turn to think of something. So,
Your stream is frozen, by the way.
nuh-uh. Stream's not... Oh, it is frozen.
It is.
It
Oh,
is
no.
frozen. Why is our stream frozen?
I don't know. I'll fix it. 1 second. I got it.
Uh-oh. I
There we
wonder
go.
if it's frozen or if the delay is just such that...
No, it was. I fixed it.
Okay, we'll see how long that takes to kick back up.
Yep.
Let's see here. Would you prefer to... Ooh. Oh, what's one that I can compare that to? Would you rather... what's one comparable to that, though? What makes sense? What would be like? I could see that. Would you rather have a symbiote or the War Machine armor?
War Machine.
I don't really see how those are comparable though. Because the War Machine armor is not going to argue with you.
Depends on what you want. Do you want the symbiote or do you want the War Machine armor?
But but they're not the same thing. Because the War Machine armor is not going to argue with you. Not even
looking for the
Jarvis
exact
really
same-
argued
Dude,
with.
my very last one was like, do you want the shape-shifting powers of Martian Manhunter or do you want to have telekinesis? Or those aren't the same thing either.
Who says that the symbiote would argue with you? You could get a very agreeable symbiote.
I guess you
He
guys.
didn't say
So would you
Venom.
rather have the War Machine armor?
I guess
or
you
a
guys
symbiote?
are right. I'd go with the symbiote.
I wouldn't mind the symbiote either. Dude, that guy can heal me? I'll
He-
take that.
I mean, he can heal
Now,
you.
would the War Machine armor probably beat the crap out of me in that symbiote? Probably, but
May-
I would take the symbiote.
I would think that it would be dependent on the symbiote and whoever's inside the War Machine
Dude,
armor.
give me
Okay.
give me
Tony.
an insanely powerful symbiote, and War Machine would still probably beat me up.
All right, Tony, let's give it a me and the War Machine armor versus Kenny and a symbiote. That'd be a really
Ooh,
fun fight.
That'd be
honestly.
rough.
That would be rough.
That would be rough.
I would say I would give it actually a really close one. We're talking like maybe 42 to 58
I would
in
the,
Ian's favor.
the probability of Ian killing me versus the probability of me killing Ian are not the same. It would take. There's less chance of me killing him in that armor than there is of him in that armor killing me with the symbiote.
Now,
It takes less effort on his part to bring me to an end. It takes great effort on my part to bring him to an end.
yeah.
He can so much more easily and casually kill me than vice versa. Now, is there ways for me to get him? Yeah. But, like,
I feel like it also depends which iteration of the War Machine are we talking about, because different iterations have different armaments, different capabilities.
dude, I think you got me.
I do too, but I'm also like, there's also some armors like the Civil War armor, for example, who had that sonic sonic weapon, which symbiotes are weak to that kind of stuff. So I feel like that would be like an instant gotcha. Is I just whip that out and just beep, you're done.
Yeah, the
Some
symbiotes would
symbiotes
have
are
a
weak to
hard
that.
time.
No, all
Now,
symbiotes
for
are weak to
fighting
that.
these two things fighting against each other, rough. But I would because I don't have the financial ability to like rearm the War Machine or fix it or do any sort of routine maintenance on it. But with the symbiote, it's like, dude, I don't need to know how to do that. The symbiote's got my back. I don't need a bunch of money to maintain a symbiote.
Nope. You just need brains and chocolate.
So I would prefer the symbiote, but the War Machine armor would beat the stink out of a symbiote.
I believe it was one of the later comics. Maybe it was a Deadpool comic or something like that, where Venom. It was either Venom or Carnage, but I'm pretty sure it was Venom. Was actually immune to the sonic, but it was the fire that they were weak to after that.
I mean, I feel like, especially with how modern flamethrower technology has evolved, I'm pretty sure I could strap a flamethrower to one of my arms.
Yes, but can you do that? Would you have been able to do that beforehand? I mean, as it stands right now.
Dude, the guy would just shoot a rocket at me and I'd
Oh,
die.
I mean, I could also, assuming we're fighting any sort of cityscape, just pile drive you into a gas station and blow you up that way.
I'm also not arguing, like, necessarily in favor of the symbiote. I'm just saying, like, I still think it would be a relatively close, like 42 to 58. Because a lot of it depends on, like,
Dude, your wife
also-
must be terrified right
also
now.
on, like, the imagination of the wearer of the symbiote.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I'm
also really glad you said War Machine armor, not Iron Man, because I like War Machine better than Iron Man. So that felt a little biased
I
towards
know
me,
my
but I
audience.
love it. Dude, I'm sorry. When I saw Don Cheadle in Iron Man 2 in that War Machine armor, it was an impact. It was a lifelong impact.
Dude, you know what, like, struck me as, like, that's very inspiring, actually. I never thought about it that way. Was when they used the Iron Patriot to kidnap that guy.
That was
In
pretty
Iron Man
smart.
3?
Yeah, the president.
Yeah, I was like, dude, that's brilliant, actually. That's genuinely brilliant. When he used the armor to kidnap a guy.
mm-hmm.
I also think I could do more with the War Machine armor than I could with the symbiote. Like, don't get me wrong, I could do some cool stuff with the symbiote for sure, but given who I am and what my brain works like, I feel like putting me in a giant suit full of guns is kind of, you're asking for best results right there.
All right, Ian, your turn.
Oh, that would landed right on your back.
That was kind of a no-win situation there.
That dude lobbed the perfect grenade. It literally just tinked right on your, right in between your shoulder blades.
All right, I got one. The abilities of Colossus or the abilities of Sabretooth?
Oh, they're kind of like two halves of the same coin.
Sabretooth?
Let me explain.
Okay.
Do I want a really powerful healing factor, or do I want to be semi-invulnerable? Really high defense or really good regeneration? Which one do you prefer? What I would prefer. That's
Well, and Sabretooth actually has more abilities than just the healing factor. Hypersensed, hypersensitivity.
I don't want his gross claws.
No, hypersensitivity. He has a slightly above average strength. By slightly above, I mean actually above. Like a lot. You know.
I suppose I would go with Sabretooth just because his regeneration goes more than just healing wounds. Like, your body's ability to recuperate from anything rapidly means that he could grow exponentially at anything physically. So say I go out for a run. My body takes 3 days to recover. Sabretooth is like, dude, I just did that run and I'm already healed. And I've gained what I needed to from that run. And I can go for that same run again immediately afterwards and get results and show. And like what it would take people weeks to get better at, he can do in a day. Because he has not instantaneous, but relatively quick regeneration.
Hyper, yeah.
And I find more entertaining and more utility to regeneration than just metal skin that gives me semi-invulnerability.
It's kind of like what Deathstroke did in the New 52 DC series when he took over Ra's al Ghul's people. He had a Lazarus pit. And what he would do is he would do like all the working out and everything, just tear his body up, and then just go like take a little dip in the Lazarus pool and heal himself, and then go back.
Do his
and do it
regen
again.
factor.
Deathpool or not Deadpool? Deathstroke.
Oh, you said Deadpool. I was wondering what you were talking about.
I'm sorry, I meant Deathstroke.
He said Deathstroke.
Did I say Deathstroke?
You did.
I thought you said Deadpool.
Okay. I don't know. Either way, Deathstroke was who I'm talking about. That's why I mentioned DC and the Lazarus pit, because there is not that in the Marvel. Except for that one time when Marvel and DC actually crossed over. Yeah, drive through the gate.
Which one's the sluice gate? All right, so
So you both choose Sabretooth?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I choose Colossus, hands down.
Do you?
Oh, yeah,
I'm
easy.
sensing a pattern now.
Okay, well, for starters, Colossus is one of my absolute favorite Marvel characters, period.
I knew you were going to choose Colossus, just to let you know there.
Duh, because it's awesome.
Regeneration is just so good.
I mean, it is, but, like, I view it like this. Like, okay, regeneration is awesome, but you know what's even more awesome? Not even needing to regenerate.
Yeah, but the things I'm regenerating from are more than just combat. Simple day-to-day life things. Sickness. There are things that wouldn't be ever possible of taking me down that could take you down.
Aging.
True. However, in my
Like I
metal
could
form,
kill you with a sneeze. With a sneeze.
I mean, not true.
Why not?
in the metal form, I don't need to eat. I don't need to sleep. I
You're
don't
just gonna
need to
perpetually
breathe.
stay in the metal form.
If I'm in somewhere where someone's sneezing or coughing, until I get away from them, sure. And if we're fighting and you're trying to sneeze on me, I'm just gonna backhand you into the next county and then go about my day.
And then I will be
I
right
can just
there.
see him
still.
in like a crowded elevator, and then someone goes, Ian just drink. Just, or the elevator just goes.
You get really heavy all of a sudden. Ah!
I just
All right, Tony, you're up.
Cover your mouth.
just metal hand just
He was
across the
Russian.
face. Cover your mouth. Sneezing without covering mouth, bad manners.
Oh
Good job.
man,
Tony, you're up.
I'm up. I'm up.
You are
I'm
up.
in fact not.
How
I'm
long have we been streaming?
sitting in it? I don't know. An hour and 15 minutes.
Wow, we still got some work to put in.
Yeah, we still got some work to put in. But you know what? I'm enjoying the conversation at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right, hit us with the next thing. The next dopage.
One sec, I have to text the lady and let her know I'm gonna be running a little late tonight. Forgot to tell her.
Yeah, Tony, gosh.
Oh no.
I'm going to throw today off.
Just
I'm going
blame
to stay
me.
up so late watching Goliath. I have no discipline.
I'm totally not gonna stay up till 4 a.m. playing Stalker 2 again.
Is it good?
I'm going
Monkey
straight
Gate's
to bed
amazing.
when I get home.
Love this game.
Even if I didn't have to work tomorrow, I would still go straight to bed. I'm tired.
Nerd. I'm going to fall asleep watching Goliath. Dude,
Um,
the last episode ended so weird. Like, if you watch it, I swear, like, it'll be like, whoa, oh, this is building. And then by the end of the third episode, it's like, oh, dude, that's such a good cliffhanger. And then you watch episode 4 and you're like, what is happening? And then it ends and you're like, did I just see a man butt naked?
am I watching a different show? How did
Yeah,
this
it's like,
happen?
what are they suggesting right now? It gets so weird by episode 4.
Come on, Tony, just think of
So-
fictional characters with powers.
Would you rather
Fantasy.
have
Yes.
I said
hyper?
So what?
I said fictional. That covers.
Would you rather have hyperkinesis or? Do you know what hyperkinesis is?
Yeah, we've talked about hyperkinesis. It was one of the powers of the villains in our like made up world where we all had powers.
Okay,
Remember?
good. And you remember what hyperkinesis is?
It was Evan.
I told. Yeah, you said it was at.
Because I wasn't gonna give him the power of the control of law of causality. So
Okay,
I said
yes,
you
yeah,
have
no, you're right.
hyperkinesis.
And it's what I told you your power would be
Oh, in your life?
in real life.
I was equated to like bullseye.
Yeah, hyperkinesis. That is what it is. It's just basically the ability to instantly calculate
The show got shut down.
alphas.
No, the show got shut down, but it was this family that survived a plane crash.
Oh,
And
no
they came-
ordinary family.
And the son had it.
No. The son was just hyper intelligent.
Yeah, but the way they describe it, like when they illustrate his power, that's hyperkinesis.
Not with the way that I'm thinking about, because his quite literally was just like a just super genius.
That's what, like, the way they illustrate it is what Captain America does with his hyperkinesis. That's why he's able to calculate where his shield's going to bounce and return and what he's got to do in order to get it to work.
Yeah, that's a little different than what the boy was doing in No Ordinary Family, though. I mean, yes and no. Hyperkinesis is specifically on like targeting and like being able to, you know what I'm trying to say, like aiming and.
Yeah, but like what Captain America does is basically hyperkinesis.
Yes, but it's because he's intentionally able to calculate at a genius level in intellect, super genius level intellect, is what he does, and in that sense he is like the boy, but that is genius level or super genius level intellect, not necessarily hyperkinesis. Now, if you watched a show on Sci-Fi called Alphas, they explain hyperkinesis a little bit better, that it's more of a subconscious feeling of it. So basically, kind of like Hawkeye, if Hawkeye was super powerful.
I think of it
Was a
like
superpower.
Poindexter from Daredevil.
Yep. Poindexter from Daredevil, Deadshot, or
Bullseye.
Bullseye, thank you. Those are
How he just like ricochets things off walls and it just
Yeah.
always works. For him.
that's more of a hyperkinesis. Or muscle mimic. Basically Taskmaster. A photographic memory of your body. So hyperkinesis or muscle mimic.
I don't know if I see what other people do, and I'm like, I gotta do that.
Well, it's not I gotta do that. He sees it and he can do it.
Well, yeah, I know, I understand that, but like, I've never really seen someone do something. I was like, I've gotta do that.
Well, like imagine like, oh hey, I'm gonna watch this really awesome martial arts video so I could do all of everything he just did. Like imagine being able to watch like videos of classic Bruce Lee doing all those high flips and kicks and going, I can now do everything Bruce Lee could do and better.
And it's not limited to just like gymnastics, agility, fighting, things like that. Muscle mimic can get right down to playing the guitar, mechanics, driving, anything like that.
I think I'd have a lot more fun with hyperkinesis.
Same.
I mean,
Like, I can respect the muscle mimic of Taskmaster,
Yeah.
but I would have more fun
and to
being
it,
really good at calculating the trajectory of things in real time at near instantaneous speeds.
without actually calculating it, because it would be just like instantaneous. You would just know and feel. It's the subconscious level.
Although I'm not gonna lie, the idea of being able to muscle mimic and like sign up for like MMA tournaments, watch 20 minutes of like really good martial arts, and go and just absolutely annihilate a dude and make a lot of money. That does appeal to me. I will say this much. Muscle mimic does sound a bit more appealing to me than it initially did, but I'm still probably gonna stay.
I
with
wouldn't be
hyperkinesis.
disappointed with either one.
Yep, same.
Cool. All right.
Can I?
My turn. All right.
Can I?
Let's see here. Let's go with something a little bit more basic and see if we can do something with it. Would you rather have that's not quite equal. Let's see something that's a little bit more equal. Would you? This one's gonna sound kind of lame, but I'm gonna give it to you anyways, and I think I know what your answer is gonna be. Would you rather have Superman's heat vision or Banshee's scream?
Na.
I think I'd go with the heat vision, just because there's more utility for it for me than the Banshee scream.
I would go with the heat vision too.
You know,
Make that 3 people going for heat vision.
I mean, you're out in the woods, you're camping with the family, you know, all your matches got wet. Campfire. Know what I mean?
Campfire. Pew. Well, Ian,
I'm thinking.
Whoa.
Would you rather have the Omnitrix from the first Ben 10 show when Ben 10 masters it, before he gets all the new alien
Oh,
stuff?
the first one.
The very first iteration of the Omnitrix, but you have complete mastery over it. But you're limited to those original aliens.
David's got one after this.
Or a closet full of the original X-Men uniforms, and whichever uniform you put on is the powers you have.
The original X-Men.
We're talking Cyclops, Iceman, Beast, Angel, Jean Grey.
I'm about to be a cross-dresser.
I mean, obviously they're made to fit you, but each one is different colors.
He's like
different
straight up
abilities.
gonna take Jean Grey.
Dude, I don't need anything else. I don't need the Omnitrix. I got Jean Grey.
Tony?
I actually have to, as much as I love the Ben 10 and the Omnitrix and all that, I gotta agree with Kenny on this one.
Yeah.
Jean
Because
Grey is busted.
Jean Grey is.
She's a plot device.
Okay, but this is Jean Grey from the originals even before Giant Size X-Men. We're talking.
No,
But she was still
classic.
powerful.
She was still
Agreed.
Super powerful.
She was still a level 5 mutant then.
I'm not
She wasn't.
disagreeing with you.
She wasn't Phoenix Jean Grey, but man, she was. I'm gonna shut you down,
Yeah.
Jean Grey. She was. You don't understand the power that I have. I can make all of your nightmares reality, Jean Grey.
Telekinesis and telepathy, basically anything a psychic could possibly want. If I'm cosplaying as Charles Xavier, does it come with a wheelchair?
Nope. Charles is not. You don't get Charles.
He's part of the original X-Men.
Yeah.
He is the original X-Men.
But that's not the 5 I listed. Because having both Jean and Charles.
Because
though-
you know who
Jean
else was in
is
the original
both Jean
X-Men
and
was
Charles.
Nightcrawler, and you didn't list Nightcrawler either.
because he's not one of the original 5. Nightcrawler joined in with the giant size astonishing X-Men. I'm talking the original X-Men.
All I'm saying is, like, making him Charles Xavier pretty much actually nerfs him from Jean Grey.
It does.
Because Jean Grey is the mix between Jean Grey and Charles Xavier. All right, so David says Hermione's magic or Juggernaut's abilities.
Juggernaut. Harry Potter magic is so freaking mid, dude. In what
Well,
world?
also Juggernaut's immune to magic.
He's immune to pretty much everything.
Well, not everything, but he does have immunity. The gem of Cynorrect gives him immunity to magic.
He says Hermione all day. The time skill on OP.
Okay, well, I'll just rush right through that.
Oh, is this just cosplay? No, David, this is not just cosplay.
No, we were talking about that earlier because I have to wear Jean Grey's suit in order to get her powers. So I was like, I'm about to be a cross-dresser because here I go. I'm taking on some insane power. All right, Tony, you're up.
Oh, I was not prepared for that.
Oh, all right, and this is how I'm going to be for the rest of the night. We shall see how I wake up tomorrow.
Okay.
Bang!
Oh, that got so bad.
Dude, I would bail. Why are we not bailing? Losing a whole car sucks.
Maybe grab his hand.
Jump, dude. You have the.
Do the thing.
I've seen you do the most bizarre thing. Okay, there we go. Like that would explode.
The tree is not okay.
Listening back to ourselves. That was like so
that was a mistake!
Oh,
Dude.
Bang!
Oh! The bridge just fell. I did not know this was going to happen.
okay. So
Tony, you're up. Tony. Tony.
Would you rather have the ability to manipulate psionic frequencies, like reverb?
Psionic.
I probably am misusing that word.
Ultrasonic?
Maybe. You know who reverb is?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay, so he kind of like controls sound waves, vibrations, things like that.
Probably ultrasonic then.
Okay. Or
Psionic is like brainwaves.
yeah, okay. Or I didn't think this one through. Oh, here's a really good one. All right, forget the frequencies then. Would you rather have luck tipped in your favor, like domino? Okay, or so like you have as the Flash comics had explained it, like just the luck molecules around you just kind of tip everything in your favor. So not necessarily hyperkinesis, but it's just kind of like your innate ability that everything comes out okay for you, sort of.
Okay.
Or would you rather have the ability to tip luck away from the favor of others around you?
I'll take the former. Mostly because I don't like robbing people of things or having the ability to do so. I don't find that inherently good at all. So I'll just take the free ride of good luck my way. Also, there's kind of like a paradoxical thought experiment that comes with that kind of luck. This was first posited by asking the question, what if my power is I can never lose? And say you're in a war.
Mm-hmm.
Your side is losing, and you're like, well, this is weird. My power says I can never lose. And what your power does to you is it forces you to switch sides. And now you haven't lost, but you're now on the enemy team. And this is not where you wanted to be. And your life is forever changed. You haven't lost, but you're now siding with a different country.
Yeah.
So my super luck can kind of play in that same way. Like, I hope it doesn't backfire on me.
I wasn't thinking like that's how it would work. It would be kind of like, Domino from X-Men.
Well, I would take the personal luck, and I would choose not to manipulate anyone else's luck and rob them of it.
Okay, Ian.
I don't know.
He's got evil in him.
No, but think about how much you could affect if you could determine the luck of others. Imagine what you'd be able to, like the bad things in life, you'd be able to stop that bad people have gotten away with sheer luck.
I could still fight evil with my good luck. I don't need to be able to control their luck in order to fight them.
I don't know. I just think, not to mention, you didn't say that you had to one person at a time, so I could affect the luck of an entire side of a war on a mass scale. So I
did specify that it did act like dominoes.
For the good luck. You never specified that for the bad luck.
Yeah. Well,
so
I guess you're right, because we don't really have a comic, like a traditional comic book character that has that type of ability. But if you ever watched, which I don't think the two of you ever did.
Like original Scarlet Witch is somewhat close to that.
If you guys ever watched, and I don't think that you guys did, watch Ruby from like Red versus Blue.
I did for a little while.
So Crow, the uncle, that's how his power works. That's the reason why he's such a loner, is because when he's around people, even people that he loves, he kind of like, bad luck just kind of happens, not to him, but to people around him. Mm-hmm. Really good in a fight.
There's a romance kind of show that's got that premise.
No.
There's this guy, he's immortal, like he can't die, and he's kind of a dense meathead. Mm-hmm. And he meets this young girl, and she's a loner, and he's like, well, why are you such a loner? She's like, well, because people just they have the worst luck around me. And then he like gets hit by a bus. He's just like, yeah, see, just like that. And then he gets back and he's like, wow, that's wild luck. And so they start hanging out together because he can't die, and therefore he's the only person that can really be around her, because like just terrible things keep happening to him in their journey together, and it's kind of hilarious watching them like go through life together, because just the most terrible things keep happening to him, and he just comes back like, oh man, that was rough.
I think I'd take the ability to cast big bad luck on a massive scale, because then I become the single most like geopolitically important actor on the planet, because I can just make your entire side stop working correctly.
I
Dave-
don't like doing that to people.
David is posing a question.
No, but like think for example of like the Taliban. I could just make the Taliban anything they've got going for them. I could just stop it
I
in
can,
their tracks.
I can
Well-
still fight the Taliban with good luck.
You can fight
I'm
them
doing
as
this
one
on an
person with
ethical
good-
stance.
And that's fine. That's the whole point of this. It's just like a thought experiment. It's not to try to sway one side or to sway us from one side, one opinion to the other. It's just what do we think? And Kenny's right. Even if it reacts the same way that Domino's the way that Domino's power does, technically he can still fight evil with his luck and potentially win. And the reason why I say potentially is because Domino still loses.
Mhm.
There is a proximity to this, and if people are outside of the proximity, then they're not affected by your luck, because whatever luck happens to you is actually affected by the world around you in the general proximity. So while it could be very lucky for you, by simply just existing, you could be causing chaos, turmoil, and bad luck for those around you.
I'm super lucky.
So either way you go, the powers kind of work together. David says Hercule Satan or Baki Hanma.
I don't know who that second guy is.
Baki Hanma is the titular character of the anime Baki, son of Yujiro Hanma, who is like the world's greatest martial artist. And it's the entire anime, different animes actually, are all his journey to becoming the top martial artist to usurp his father. And it's more of I'm going to take this with a grain of salt, but it's more of like a realistic combat martial arts anime. There is some wild stuff in it though. And then Hercule Satan is just like that comedic relief character from Dragon Ball.
He's such a cheater.
I mean, he does win a few championships legitimately, though.
So is he asking would I rather be?
I don't know.
Who would
It
I
just
rather
said
be?
Hercule Satan or Baki Hanma.
I'll take Hercule Satan because he comes loaded with a bunch of cash. He's rich as all get out.
Doesn't he also have like a loving relationship with his daughter?
He also Hercule
Yeah.
Satan's also like
He's a really good dad, actually.
so like
he's also number one. Like in terms of like genuine human beings, though, he's the number one world's martial artist outside of like the stupidly powerful people from the main cast of Dragon Ball. So like he's actually genuinely earned the title of strongest martial artist.
he just cheats as well now.
So I will take Hercule Satan's body,
Same.
martial prowess, and money over.
That wicked mustache and him and afro as well.
Yeah, I will take Hercule Satan.
Dude, have you seen my hair? Yes, I'll take his afro.
I'll take Hercule Satan on one condition. I get to talk like him from DBZ abridged.
Yes.
Alrighty then. I
Yeah.
suppose it's my turn.
All my fellow Satanites.
Satanites.
Magnets. Because I eat my spinach.
Because I eat my spinach.
That's one of my favorite lines. The magnets. What do you mean? Oh, well, you see that line on the floor with magnets, and I fell down and I got tossed from it because I ate my spinach.
The fact they're like, you're so wise.
Jimmy, is that camera working? It's kaput. I have no fucking idea what's going on here.
Dude, you actually sounded pretty close to him just now. That was impressive.
Well, thank you, Timmy.
Let's see here. Would you rather have? Let's kind of change this up a little bit. I have a feeling you guys will appreciate this new change. Would you rather have? Come on, let's think about some good ones. La 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 la. Oh, that'd be kind of the same-ish that we've already talked about, though. What's another one that does something similar? What is one that works kind of in the same vein? There is mayhaps what? Perchance of a rare breed of 1%ers.
Bikers or rich people?
Oh, you almost didn't make that.
I had it.
I saw his leg slip. He caught that at the last minute.
You little faith.
I'm struggling with this one. Which, you're freaking blind is what you saw. La 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 la. Oh, dang. Would you? Well, so we kind of had a question that involved this one, but there's going to be a different kind of thing. Would you rather have Mjolnir or a Green Lantern ring?
Green Lantern.
I'll take Mjolnir.
No, I'll take Mjolnir. Because the same thing. ADHD people, Green Lantern ring, not going to work out.
As soon as I pick up Mjolnir, I'm gaining so much stuff that allows me to just freely do what I want without consequence.
I mean, you get to throw lightning.
I get to be a god. I get to be super strong. You know who's not super strong? Green Lantern.
I get to say things like, how about thee, without people looking at me weird.
Dude, I pick up a hammer and I get a cape. All right?
I put on a ring and I can give myself a cape.
Yeah, but you have to think about it. I don't.
Well, I do a lot of thinking now anyway, so at least this way, it would, like, the thinking would work for me.
I wish that we could have Iron Man's Asgardian armor.
Really?
Yeah. You know which one I'm referring to?
Oh, you said Iron Man. I was like, you spoke and my mind just like ignored you and went like, why would I want Thor's armor? Iron Man. So his Uru metal armor?
Yes.
Get smoked.
Goodness.
His Uru metal armor. An entire suit of armor of Mjolnir.
Yeah, he's got Uru metal armor. Pretty dope. Pretty dope. Obviously, a lot of magic comes out of it. Also from the fact that it's like really, really difficult to harm and move against his will.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Ian, you're up.
Come on, Ian. Ian, go faster.
Shut up, Tony.
Think. Think faster, Ian.
AK-47 or the Scar H11?
That's not a thing. There's the Scar H, but there's no such thing as Scar H11. And Scar H, hands down, all day, every day.
Jeez, that guy took a lot of bullets.
Yeah.
Let's see what David's up to. Anyways, Ian, you're still up.
Whoa, that was so close.
Would you rather... Oh, okay. Has anyone here besides me played the Batman Arkham video games?
I've played a couple.
I've seen some of them.
Okay. You are stuck in one of the four, and you have to get out. You have to beat the game. Which one are you choosing?
Of the Batman games?
Arkham Asylum?
You choose Arkham Asylum. You psychopath.
I don't know any of the Batman games that well.
Listen,
I know that Batman Arkham Asylum takes place in one night.
They all take place in one night.
Arkham City
I
is
just gotta go to
insane.
bed, and I think I can make it.
No, you have to beat the game. You have to do everything Batman does to get out.
Yeah, Arkham City
You're
is
given the
insane.
tools to do it, but you are...
And what happens if I don't?
Then you're stuck in there, and if you die, you die.
I'm stuck in there?
You are stuck in the game.
Yeah.
So it's like an infinite night?
Yes.
Yes.
And if I die, I die.
Yes.
I'm going to be so tired.
Yeah. Why
But
am
if
I?
night is infinite, then I got, like, forever.
Why?
do
Why?
this.
Why am I a psychopath for choosing the asylum over the city?
Do you know how much, like... Dude, how much, like, psychological horror is done in Asylum? How much of the game you spend absolutely zooted on fear toxin? Hell no. Not just no. Hell no.
I'm just saying, like, it's harder.
No, it's not. Arkham City is significantly easier than Arkham Asylum. You get way more tools. You have upgraded tools at that. The ones you did have are better, and you have more of them.
You said there was 4.
Yeah, there's Arkham Origins, which was the WB one. Not that one's not that great, and that one's also really hard on you because the 8 assassins are hunting you in one night.
Okay.
So that's not fun. Arkham Knight, you're like perma-zooted on Joker blood, and you're dying. And like within the first hour of the night, you get shot in the gut by Arkham Knight, and spend the rest of the night with just a bullet lodged in your body. So that's not fun. Arkham Asylum, you are just tripping balls the entire night, and also like almost die at several points. Arkham City is really the only one that like you kind of escape okay. Like I choose Arkham City. Like yeah, it's gonna be rough, but like of the 4, that is by far the least bad thing. Like the only other one that comes close is like Arkham Origins. Like yeah, you're getting tracked down. And you have to fight both Deathstroke, Killer Croc, Shiva, Copperhead, Electrocutioner, and like 4 other people, including the appearance of the Joker in like one night. Yeah, but like no fear toxin.
David's been streaming for over 6 hours.
Dang, David. At this point, might as well do one of those 24-hour charity streams.
He's
bro.
been playing Rocket League for so long.
We lost that, right?
Say what?
Yeah. How did I get a promotion?
All right, Tony, it's your turn.
Got assigned a rank, like it's a new season.
Or is it Kenny's turn?
After Ian, it's Tony.
Okay, Tony, it's your turn.
Yeah, servers no.
Tony, do the thing.
Would you?
Hurry
Do
up,
the
Tony.
roar.
Go faster.
Would
faster, Tony.
you
Hurry up.
want to have?
Tony, why aren't you talking?
Come on, Tony.
Convey thought through speech.
Speak words.
Geomancy or
Water aerobics.
or the
Geomancy.
Geomancy
or
the ability to absorb and redirect kinetic energy.
Oh, you know what I'm picking. You know what I'm picking. Oh, if you know me at all.
No. Not the control of, just the absorb
You know
and
what I'm
redirection.
picking.
Geomancy. He's picking geomancy.
You know what I'm picking. You can get out. Like, hands down. Even if I don't get to control it and just redirect it, which is controlling it, I'm picking that.
Yeah.
Like, there's a whole anime about a guy that's busted as all get out because he has that power. That's what Vector is.
The absorption and redirection of kinetic energy.
That's what Vector is. And he's insanely busted. Now, were you thinking of that guy from the X-Men movie? Is that what you were thinking of?
What guy?
Shaw.
The Kevin Bacon.
No.
Because that's kind of what he does. But when I'm thinking of absorbing and redirecting kinetic energy, I'm thinking of Vector from the same anime, and he could, like, somebody will like stomp on the ground, and he'll like absorb that and then like send it back to him like a freaking bomb.
That is kind of like, it's a little more sensitive than what I was thinking on it. But it's in X-Men. It's actually in a lot of comic books. But in X-Men, part of the Weapon X program, there was a guy there called Maverick, and his ability was kinetic energy absorption and redirection. So to fight people, sometimes what he would do is he'd just walk down a hallway and start punching a wall. And then he could store up all of that kinetic energy in his fist, so then when he hits you, he could redirect it at you and launch you.
Yeah. The problem with Maverick is that he didn't have the type of like endurance or invulnerability to keep that up, and he could also kill himself by absorbing too much kinetic energy.
Yeah.
Maverick is a very unwanted way of having that power. I do not want Maverick's power. I want Vector, or I want that freaking powerhouse dude from the X-Men movies.
The Shaw.
His name was Shaw.
Yeah.
Well, let's say you yawn.
He could actually use that in the ability to actually keep him young. That's canonic in the comic books, too.
That's canonic.
Yeah. Canon.
I would
That's
definitely
canonical.
go with the kinesis, the kinetic energy manipulation as well over geomancy. Don't get me wrong, I love earthbending as much as the next guy, but
Redirecting kinetic energy is like a fundamental force. It's not a
Yeah.
fundamental force. Those are different things. But like being able to control kinetic energy is such
It's
a
busted.
massive necessity for physics in its basic form. For you to be able to manipulate that is insanely good. The manipulation of kinetic energy is one of my favorite concepts. Love it.
I'd be really limited by my imagination with that ability.
Oh, not me, dude. I have such a tight understanding of kinetics.
That would be, so for me, that would be just like having the chronicle telepathy or telekinesis. It would require like so much fine tuning, learning, and everything like that. I don't think I could actually do it. Whereas geomancy, I could use that. I mean, that would be really easy for me to be able to, build roads or clear out landslides, help people with their houses, things like that.
Heck yeah, dude.
So
I have the power over the energy of motion.
bro, you said that, all I could think was, I got the power of God and anime on my side.
I do. I
right.
only need one of those things and I'm already on top.
who's
Kenny.
My turn. All right. Well, now I'm all jazzed about that one. That hit a little bit home for me. Let's see. Would you rather have... What's a good one? Would you rather have that or this?
I think I'm gonna go with that.
I use that a lot more. Yeah, I'd rather have that.
Okay. Some genuine answers. I'll take them. What's a good foil to it? La 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 la.
Van, there.
Let's see.
Really? Because it was 3 inches to the left.
Tell me about it.
La 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 la. Would you rather have the Force or hockey?
The Force or what?
Hockey. H-A-K-I.
What is hockey?
Have you ever watched One Piece?
No.
Well, this is a very weird question for you then.
Yeah, I'm not really an anime guy, so I'm gonna also take the Force. Also, I was like, what? So I get ice skates and a puck, or I get the Force. One of these options seems significantly better than the other. Not gonna lie, bro.
Hockey's pretty good. It gives you a wide variety of things. I'll mention the 4 primary things that it grants you. Hockey gives you the ability to, kind of like what Colossus does, harden your skin to the point where it's invulnerable. It can give you future sight and like unparalleled senses. It's supposed to be your senses become so grand that you get future sight. It also gives you the ability. What was the third basic one? There was armament hockey, visual hockey, and then I guess there is only 3, not 4. Conqueror's hockey, and Conqueror's hockey is basically to like overwhelm and control the will of a person just by sharing your hockey with them. Basically, like no diffing someone, just saying like looking at them, and then they're like, "All right, I've lost." And it's not you convincing them; it's you forcing your will over them. It's called Conqueror's hockey, but it's the ability to just say like, "And I think I'm gonna."
Stands up, flings his gloves into the ground. They automatically go, "Nope, we want none of that."
A good demonstration of this is Luffy, the main character, uses Conqueror's hockey to force like a whole army of people to faint. He just stared into the army, and they passed out. And only their strongest folks were able to withstand it. And them withstanding it was like, I feel weak. Or the Force.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the Force, bro. Especially if, like, how powerful in the Force am I? Am I like moron who can barely move his pebble, or am I like Star
if I give
Killer,
you
ripping Star
feet
Destroyers
level
out?
for the Force, I gotta give you a feet level for hockey as well. Let's say that you are.
David already threw his out there just to let you guys know. He says hockey because it's not predestined.
Predestined? I don't know what about the Force is predestined.
Really isn't, as far as I can tell.
Not required to do anything with the Force. I
think it means that anyone can get hockey, whereas not everyone can get the Force.
Well, yeah,
Can be
but
a
in this
Force
hypothetical,
wielder.
if you choose Force, you're getting the Force.
Yeah, that's the point of the hypothetical.
Yeah, I'm
I'm gonna shoot the messenger, Tony.
I'm reading the comments here.
Shoot the message. No. I would pick the Force too, but hockey does give you quite a bit.
I mean, so does the Force. You can mess with the weak.
Dude, David, like you just pound on that keyboard, man.
I mean, let's see here.
Is
Force I can use.
is
The
it
sound of you
pre-
like typing on your keyboard sounds like you're slamming the keyboard.
he said, is it pre-retconned Force?
Pre-retconned Force. Different
it-
authors have had different insights as
Is
to
it
what
pre-Disney?
Pre-Disney.
I think that's what he's referring to.
It depends.
Legends or Canon Force?
Let's go with Legends.
Like I said, also, how attuned are you in the Force? Are we?
Well, let me give you a character so you can draw some comparisons. You can have Shanks for hockey, and then for the Force, you can have let's say let's go with Anakin.
Dude, Force. All day, every day. Like, that Anakin Vader was like the only person who I wanted Force equal to like Starkiller ability, because like Anakin's like up there. And yeah, I mean, just gonna rip space shuttles down to the Earth as they're trying to take off. That was pretty baller.
I suppose that was a little bit unfair.
Don't mind me, just gonna just be absolutely nutty with. Yeah, no, all day, every day.
Like
Force.
full potential Anakin, even after losing his arms and legs, was still really scary.
Yeah. The fact that I could walk to a room and shout, "You were warned! What failure would bring!" to no one in particular would make everyone terrified.
All right, Ian, you're up. Update us on what David said. He's been ferociously pounding at that keyboard.
Yes, Taylor, he's running around with his wife. David said the Force required a maintenance of balance, whereas hockey, you choose your own destiny. And then he said mechanical keyboard, baby.
You can kind of do a lot of different things with the Force.
The
A
Force
lot of
never
what was coming out with the Force after at like the end of the Skywalker saga was that like the Force didn't necessarily require you to be good or bad. It just required you to have a relationship with the Force. Hint, hint at something else. Because
Okay.
you're not trying to force the Force itself. Didn't really want people to force its will on them, which is what like the dark side was you forcing your will on the Force. The good side was more like let the Force control
Flow
and
through
manipulate you, whereas like the gray, or like I and the Force are our own separate things, and we can work in tandem to get things done.
Do we get a lightsaber if we choose Force?
You know how much you don't need a lightsaber.
Do you know how much I want a lightsaber regardless?
A Jedi does not need their lightsaber.
Who said I was gonna be a Jedi?
Who said you're going to be a Sith?
Who said I was gonna be a Sith?
Then you don't need a lightsaber.
Irrelevant. I want a lightsaber.
Okay. Fine, you can have a lightsaber. Who cares?
Anyways, Ian, you're up.
Would you rather have a lightsaber or the Master Sword from Zelda?
A lightsaber or the Master Sword? Taking a daggone lightsaber.
The Master Sword's pretty busted, bro.
Can
Depends
the
on the continuity.
Can the Master Sword break?
Depending on the continuity.
It has.
Depending on the continuity.
Well, you didn't establish any context, so I'm taking the lightsaber.
The Master Sword in the prime of its abilities. Not unbreakable, as it should be. It has several magical abilities, notwithstanding it is truly Evil's Bane. It has a beam. You can literally shoot beam projectiles with it, as well as slice through the air so hard you send slashes of energy out. And I'm trying to think of anything else.
Taylor said lightsaber.
Lightsaber.
I don't know. I'd probably choose Master Sword, just knowing everything it can do. But lightsaber would be one I would not be upset with having.
Dude, like, I just imagine in the military walking up on a tank with a lightsaber. Like, you think you're safe in there?
So David said lightsaber because the Master Sword only kills embodiments of evil, whereas a lightsaber works on everything. Not just the men,
Well, then,
but the women and the children.
David, are you trying to say something there, bud? Are you okay? you trying to kill something that's not the embodiment of evil?
well,
he
then,
hates
Kenny,
them.
I'm
All
gonna,
of
I'm
them.
going to throw this back to you, Mr. Moral Stance. Would the Master Sword then be better for you because you don't want to kill anything that's not evil?
Who said I was going to kill somebody with a lightsaber?
And the beam only works if you're at full health.
Fair.
So if you stub your toe, you got no pew pew.
True, but the slashing still works,
Just-
even not at full health.
What game are you referring to?
Several.
Ocarina of Time had no such beam attack.
Yeah, I'm not referring to Ocarina. I'm referring to
Actually,
the
the
original.
Master
Wind
Sword.
Waker didn't have that.
The Master
Not very
Sword. In
Majora's
the,
Mask didn't have that.
the Master Sword in the Super Nintendo continuity did have that.
And Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword had the slashing thing I'm referring to.
No,
Because I used to, I used to get it, and I was like, pew, 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 pew. I used to attack people all the time. It's the only Zelda game I ever played.
You can deflect magic with the Master Sword. When you fight Ganon, you get into a volley with him. Game of tennis.
Depending on what it is, you can do that with the lightsaber too.
Yeah, if it's energy based.
Yeah.
All right, Tony, you're up.
I gotta say, I gotta probably go with the lightsaber.
Lightsaber.
The reason being is because it's got a lot more utility. It's not it's not limited by circumstances thereof to be able to use it.
Its penetration potential is so grand that it's scary.
And this could be a flashlight. Master Sword can't be a flashlight. Bzzz, now I got a light.
Actually, you could
Yeah.
use the Master Sword as a flashlight.
Can't really hit it against anything because then burn down my house. But hey, I can see
You can use the Master Sword as a flashlight. It glows sometimes.
sometimes. Guess what? A lightsaber glows
All the
all
time.
the time. Hence the name, light saber.
I'm just saying, you said it can't, and I'm saying you can.
Right, so and then I can use it. I can light a fire with it, just like laser eyes. If I'm out in the camping, my matches are wet. Guess what? Now I got a campfire. Everyone's nice and warm, huddled around the lightsaber.
Unless you drop it.
But
blade
not
on.
drop it. But hey, I mean, someone's stuck in a car. Okay, you gonna call the master lightsaber locksmith?
Just delete the lock.
Just delete the wall. Just cut a hole in the wall. There you go. You're good.
This is my card. It's going to ask you a question.
So please leave a survey at the end to tell us how you enjoyed our service.
What say you, Tony?
Oh, we got a new condition. Okay. 1 second, checking out this. Let's see. The beam only works if you have full health lightsabers. Open doors with the Master Sword. I still need a small key. Or true, you can't play tennis with a lightsaber. Leaning more towards the Master Sword now. Also, it looks better. Okay.
And we'll say
okay.
for the model, you're using the Twilight Sword Master Sword, which is almost like a two-handed sword. That while Link can use it one-handed, it is actually big enough to qualify as a two-handed sword as well. So that is the model we will be using because Twilight Princess was awesome. Love that game.
Would you rather have like mechanical engineering prowess, like just like instinctively inventive abilities, or photographic memory?
Photographic memory.
Photographic memory.
Hands down. Photographic memory is the
Yeah.
bomb.
Not even a question.
All right, I do want to know why. You guys
Why?
do understand what I'm talking about as
Because
far as
I
like.
can memorize everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, I'm going to weaponize autism.
All right.
Dude, I would love to be able to recall anything in graphic detail.
Y'all ever seen the movie Limitless?
Yeah.
Basically what that is.
That's what I'm going to do. Like, there's a couple mistakes he makes that I know not to make, but, like, I would pretty much fast track him with the rest of my life to success.
Like
he did.
definitely don't double dose.
Don't double dose. Don't get involved with a Russian mobster. At least not that one.
Did you guys know that they came out with a an actual over
Show,
the
but it
counter?
wasn't that good.
No, not show. I like the show, but that wasn't what I was gonna say. An actual over the counter nootropic med that they modeled after NZT. NZT? MZT?
NZT.
NZT. Yeah.
November.
Not
Zulu
Alpha, and it
Tango.
wasn't Alpha Brain either.
Wow.
Yeah.
I guarantee it doesn't work nearly as good as it does in the movie.
No. But like I like the idea of being able to just like understand things, technology and engineering, mechanics and things like that. But I have to admit, perfect recall, just to be able to like read and absorb knowledge
Yes.
is
To learn something once.
yeah, it is pretty insane. Now, being able to apply that would be really hard for someone like me because even though I know a lot of things, I don't articulate very well.
I mean, here's what I would do. I would hit the library. I would read every book in the library over the course of 6 months. Then I
Like, hold on, sorry. Taylor put in the comments photographic memer.
Photographic memer.
She meant memory, but she literally wrote photographic memer. That's her now superpower.
Photographic
She's a
memer.
photographic memer. She just absorbs all the memes. she has
She can perfectly recall all the memes. Unlimited meme recall.
Oh. David says instinctive abilities. I watched ID Invaded. I don't know what that is. Wisdom is more powerful than knowledge in most cases. I agree with him. Wisdom is more valuable than knowledge in most cases. That's why, for me, a photographic memory, while I think would be really cool, would still be really hard for me to be able to use.
You could also figure out a way to make yourself better so it would become easier for you to use if you have all that knowledge.
There you go. And it solves its own problems.
Yet again, I would spend 6 months in the library reading every book I could find, and then I would go on Jeopardy. And I would win a lot of money. And then I would use that money to jumpstart the rest of my life. Because what is Jeopardy if not the ultimate test of knowledge? So I just go on Jeopardy and make buco bucks.
There's so much crap I have to remember, so that would my life so much easier in me. Did you just have a stroke?
Either he had a stroke typing it or you had a stroke reading it.
That was Taylor.
Either she had a stroke typing it or you had a stroke reading it. All right, whose turn is it? My turn?
No, I gotta come up with one now.
Okay.
David says, "Can I change my vote to photographic memer?" Photographic memer.
Yes, special third option, photographic memer.
Oh,
Just
boy.
the ultimate shit poster online. Just you'd literally just become the Doge meme. Just I am all that is meme.
I am all that is meme.
Let's see.
Quite literally becomes the expert in mimetic warfare.
Mimetic warfare, yes. That is amazing.
Would you rather be able to read other people's minds or see up to 5 minutes into the future?
5 minutes into the future?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a lot. I'd take that one. Because that's a long time too.
Are we
to be
talking
able
just
to
like
see.
one specific future or like potentials? Like you could do an action and you could see how it changes.
Probably, yeah.
I mean, it's up to 5 minutes, so you could go like, okay, this is the action I'm going to take. You review it really quick. All right, well, that sucked. How about if I take this and then review that? Because it's technically a different future once you decide not to do it anymore. So you are checking multiple futures, but also still using your ability just once.
with mind reading is that I can only hear the thoughts they're actively thinking, or I control their minds for information that I would want. Like,
You do not control them.
No, not control. Troll, as in he can like sift through.
Their minds?
Yeah, like he can look through their minds and find out, or is it just active thoughts?
Active thoughts.
yeah, 5 minutes in the future. If I can only hear their active thoughts, that becomes significantly less useful to me. But if I can like sift through your mind to find what I want to know,
Dude, I would take that ability if it was 30 seconds into the future. You know how many decisions you can make in 30 seconds?
yeah, like that.
Yeah. See? If I could see 30 seconds in the future, I would have known to move my arm.
All right, Ian, you're up.
I would hit all the blackjack tables, buddy.
Oh, dude, yeah, that was my plan, was to go to a casino and read people's minds and just like absolutely make a killing. But I mean, 5 minutes in the future, I could do the same thing.
Which slot machine's going to win me in the next 5 minutes?
Oh, yeah.
But being able to read people's minds when you're playing cards,
I mean,
kind of cheap.
At poker,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like
but it does you
ultimate cheating.
it does you very little on, like, let's say because the house never likes. We've seen movies like this before. Nicolas Cage in the movie Next.
Uh-huh.
The
which I
house,
freaking love.
yeah, the house doesn't like to lose, right? So you're gonna go ahead and do the thing. Well, if you spend too much time at one game, then they're gonna start catching on. So you have to get up and go. Telepathy only works at games that have people at it. So instead, with precognitive ability, you go to the roulette table, craps, the slots, things like that. You're never stealing anyone else's money, just the houses.
What do you got, Ian?
If I were a photographic memer, I would have invested in Doge when I learned about Elon's new department.
That's actually pretty funny.
David said mind reader. Even if it is just active thoughts, I bet I can manipulate them to get what I need. Wow, dark turn. Also, goodbye trust issues. Taylor says goodnight. Okay, good night. Thanks for hanging out.
What are we sitting at?
Well, thank you for joining us on another episode of Off the Rails podcast. It's
I've
been
been
2
your
hours
host.
and 17 minutes.
Kenny, and I'm joined by my good friend.
Hey everyone, I am Tony, the guy who pushes all the buttons in the chair, and I was joined with...
Hey guys, I'm Ian. I was the one controlling Nathan for most of the night, except for when he decided to become geriatric for some reason.
Nathan turned into Joe Biden for a second. Just started becoming a Roomba in the jungle.
Where's my ice cream and the kids?
We were a little bit later this stream, but it was just because life throws curveballs our ways from time to time.
In the immortal words of Alan Grant, life finds a way.
But we had fun, and I think that
guess
Would You
technically
Rather
Malcolm.
Power Edition was a bit of a fun little
Yeah.
thing there.
I enjoyed
It was
this.
also cool to be able to cross stream with David.
David!
All right, Tony, hit him with the facts.
Hey everyone, thank you. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Find us on all the social medias, the TikTok, Twitch, Twitter, or rather X, Rumble, YouTube, those things. Leave us down comments below and keep tuning in. Hopefully soon, next week, we may have our next second episode, season 2 of Dungeons and Dimwits. As always, everyone, it's
Your move, Internet.